The reason that these hunter eyes is so attractive is because it's believed that people who have these eyes appear to be more authoritative and dominant. It also kind of adds an air of mystery too, and that's never a bad thing. Hi again. So what you just seen there was a little clip from my last week's video where I talked about how to have eye contact like a boss. And in that video, I kind of promoted the idea of having hunter eyes. But what is hunter eyes? How do you do it? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's get into it. Alright, so a couple of decades ago, when I was like kind of monitoring and tracking what worked at creating attraction with girls and what didn't, I realised that when I was kind of like going for this hunter eyes look, it was working in my favour. And when I started to notice it, I also started to notice that many celebrities would often give this same expression. So I toyed around with it a bit, and I realised the more I did it, the more positive reactions I got from girls. And so obviously I started making more of a conscious effort to be doing it quite a lot of the time, to be honest. I'd be doing it every time I would meet a new girl. I'd be doing it multiple times on the day, especially while maintaining that eye contact. And after a while, it did kind of become somewhat automatic. And just like if you see any photos of me, I almost always automatically give this hunter eyes look now. Because, well, let's face it, it just looks better. Apparently, there's some psychology behind it. I don't know anything about that. All I know is from my own personal experience. Now, before we get into this, even though this was something I was doing decades ago, I've noticed that lately it's become like a bit of a trend. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be recommending that anybody is putting ice cubes on their eyeballs or mewing or surgery or fillers or yanking your eyelids over your eyes or bashing your head with a or bashing your skull with a rock. I mean, what is going on in the world? What I'm going to suggest is just straight up common sense. I mean, think about it. It's called hunter eyes. So what does a hunter do? When a hunter is out there and he's hunting, he's looking off into the distance for his target, isn't he? And he's probably having to squint and focus to get a good sight on his target. That's pretty much all hunter eyes is. I mean, if you want to put it another way, it could be the example of like if you're someone that wears glasses or contact lenses, and if you were to not wear your glasses or take your contact lenses out, then you might have hunter eyes as well. But I'm not suggesting you go around half blind just to look 5% cooler. It's basically just a kind of a very slight relaxation in your eyebrows, and you're pulling them down just slightly, and you're also kind of like squinting and pulling this muscle up slightly, or at least this is my interpretation of it as far as I know. I've had people comment when they've seen pictures and they've said, oh, you got hunter eyes. I'm like, okay, I've got hunter eyes. But this is basically all there is to it. It's just a very gentle pull and relaxation of your eyebrow and and these muscles here. But let me just say right now, it's not something that you need to be doing all of the time. I would only really make the effort to do it consciously when it's needed. Like, for example, when you're talking to someone and you want to show them that you're focused and paying attention. Or when you pass a girl you find attractive and you want to go and talk to her. And like I said earlier, for giving you that extra edge in the looks department while having your picture taken. By the way, while we're on that topic, I get a lot of people say, oh wow, how come you look so great on your pictures? Well, first of all, I don't always look good on pictures. But what I did do was practice taking my picture a lot to learn which angles look the best, what lighting to use, and the expressions that makes me look the best, really, the best that I can. So if you are a guy that is using pictures for social media or for dating apps, then I would highly recommend that you practice and find out what your best angles are too. I mean, you might sound like a bit of a twit telling people that you're posing for your pictures, but honestly, I think it's worth practicing this and getting used to what is your best angle when it comes to having your picture taken. So many guys actually don't do this. I'm very surprised about this because it's definitely worth it. When you're out and somebody says, "Oh, let's get a picture together," you want to know that you're going to look decent in that picture, and the way to do that is by practicing. Like, for example, you'll almost always notice in my pictures that when I'm in a group, I'm always stood to the right. And this is because I know that my left side is better than my right. Same as I know that this angle is usually my best angle for pictures. And actually, it's also usually the best angle for most people. So that might be the one that you want to try and practice with first. I hope this has helped some of you guys out there. If you want me to do like a more in-depth video on how to take a really good picture and how to get your best picture, then I can do that. Drop a comment and let me know. And yeah, if you've got something from this, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's a lot of people that watch my videos that aren't subscribed. It would mean a lot to me if you do subscribe. So that would be kind. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.